The feed you are looking at represents the culmination of a decade of intelligence gathering, zeroing in on a single, isolated compound at night. By 2010, nearly a full 10 years after the September 11th attacks, the CIA's massive global manhunt had finally found a credible lead on one man, Osama bin Laden. The intelligence pointed to a 3-story compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. It was a rural area with little government oversight, and the building itself was heavily guarded, surrounded by high concrete walls and topped with barbed wire. The US faced a difficult strategic choice. Leveling the compound with stealth bombers would destroy all physical evidence, making it impossible to confirm the target was actually dead. But attempting a joint operation with the Pakistani military carried a high risk that the terror leader would be tipped off before troops even arrived. Military planners opted for a covert, uninvited ground assault.
They tasked an elite squadron of highly trained Navy SEALs, SEAL Team 6, with a strict capture or kill directive. On April 29th, President Obama reviewed the intelligence and gave the final executive authorization to launch Operation Neptune Spear. The political stakes were enormous. If the intelligence was wrong or the raid failed, top US troops would either be killed in action or trapped behind enemy lines. A botched mission meant handing over highly classified military technology and triggering a severe diplomatic crisis. On May 1st at 1:22 p.m., Defense Secretary Leon Panetta relayed the final order to Admiral William McRaven. The operation was officially a go. The strike force consisted of 79 commandos, a pair of highly modified stealth Black Hawk helicopters, and a Belgian Malinois named Cairo, trained specifically to alert the team to any approaching Pakistani forces or escapees. To slip past Pakistani radar, the pilots flew aggressively low, skimming dangerously close to the mountainous terrain under the cover of complete darkness. But at roughly 3:30 a.m., as the first Black Hawk positioned itself to hover over the compound, higher than expected temperatures triggered an aerodynamic anomaly called a vortex ring state. The rotor's air pressure failed to diffuse, creating a volatile, swirling vortex right underneath the aircraft. Knocked completely off balance, the helicopter grazed the compound wall. With the tail rotors severely damaged, the pilot quickly forced the chopper into a steep nosedive, driving it hard into the dirt to prevent the entire aircraft from rolling over. The SEALs inside walked away without serious injury, but they were now down their primary transport and sitting in a crashed helicopter inside enemy territory. With the element of surprise fading fast, they instantly abandoned their initial insertion plan and pushed straight into the assault. At 3:33 a.m., the explosives team blew the doors off the compound's guest house. They immediately cleared the first floor, detaining several adult males, along with small groups of civilians and children scattered throughout the rooms. 2 minutes later, the assault team ascended to the second floor. Here they encountered bin Laden's armed courier, Abu Ahmed al-Qaeda. After a brief, intense engagement in the dark, the courier was eliminated. At 3:37, they pushed further up the main staircase. They engaged and killed another combatant, quickly identifying him as one of Osama bin Laden's sons. The target was close. Breaching the third and final floor at 3:39 a.m., the SEALs got their first visual on the terror leader himself, wearing a loose-fitting tunic. He immediately retreated from the doorway into a back bedroom. The team pursued him into the room, which was occupied by several female relatives. When one of bin Laden's wives rushed toward the operatives, a SEAL quickly shot her in the leg, neutralizing her in case she was concealing an explosive vest. Stepping past the wounded woman, the SEALs fired multiple shots, neutralizing bin Laden. While specific accounts from the operatives differ slightly on the exact sequence of shots, the result was definitive. The team radioed their confirmation back to the White House. For God and country, Geronimo, Geronimo, Geronimo. Over the next 13 minutes, the operatives moved frantically. They swept the compound for hard drives and intelligence, safely restrained the remaining civilians outside, and ragged their downed stealth chopper with explosives, detonating it into scrap metal just before boarding a backup extraction helicopter. In under 40 minutes from the moment they hit the dirt, the strike team had infiltrated a hostile compound, eliminated the target of a decade-long manhunt, and extracted entirely, without a single American casualty. The hour-and-a-half flight back to safe territory in US-occupied Afghanistan felt incredibly long. Once on the ground at Bagram Airfield, preliminary examinations confirmed the body they brought back was indeed Osama bin Laden. At 11:35 p.m. Eastern Time, President Obama interrupted standard television broadcasts to announce the success of the mission. Outside the White House and in stadiums across the country, spontaneous celebrations erupted. But back in the Situation Room, officials faced a bizarre logistical problem. It was roughly 1 a.m., and they now possessed a corpse that no nation on Earth wanted. The military couldn't bury him on land, as any grave would inevitably become an extremist pilgrimage site. They also couldn't burn the body, because cremation is forbidden in Islamic tradition, and the US wanted to respect religious rights to avoid inflaming global tensions. After the government of Saudi Arabia, bin Laden's country of citizenship, refused to take the remains, a final plan was executed. The body was flown to the aircraft carrier USS Carl Vinson in the North Arabian Sea, where military personnel performed traditional Muslim burial rites, including the reading of Arabic religious statements. The remains were wrapped in a white shroud, placed inside a heavy bag loaded with hundreds of pounds of iron chains, and laid on a wooden board. The board was tilted upward, and the body slipped into the deep ocean, ensuring no physical marker could ever be weaponized by his loyalists. While the physical operation was a clinical success, the geopolitical shockwaves lasted for years, severely straining US-Pakistani relations and spawning endless conspiracy theories. The 10-year manhunt was finally over, but the fallout was just beginning. Which detail of this 40-minute raid surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and subscribe for more deep dives.